there's always some space to make a choice. For example, one day I made a choice to stop smoking, and on the place of spending time of smoking, I started to do the hair braids. I mean, there's a lot of meaning to me, but the thing is, every person sometimes have like this kind of feeling in a day in the middle of a lot of things to just like relax, to look around without thinking, to watch the birds, the clouds, and usually I used to smoke at these kind of situations. And then one day I just like, I find out that there's a lot of things what you can put on the place of smoking. For example, make a hair braids. So it's actually way more funny. It just like make me feel so good. It makes a lot of sense. And then, for example, in the place of moving me around the world, I visited 55 countries. It sounds a lot. And in the place of moving me around the world and spending all my energy to thinking, oh, where I go, where will I sleep, what should I do, how will I sell my art there, what language should I speak in this country, oh, what friends were there, oh wow. So there's a lot of things actually traveling. It's like, I mean, it's cool, it's relaxing, it's interesting, but at some point it's just a lot. In 8 years, I moved me, non-stop. And then I remember this feeling like I was crossing Argentina, and I felt like, I mean, I can give a lot to the world. I mean, I'm so full of creativity, I'm so full of energy, I'm so full of beautiful ideas. I can give a lot of inspiration to, I love to make people around me like feeling alive, feeling playful, feeling good. So, and when I traveling, I just like having, just limited amount of people per day. And then, first time in my life, I felt like I would like to have an art studio, and I would like to put all my energy to create an art, because one piece of art can reach a lot of hearts. I don't talk about people, I talk about hearts of the people. Because there is a lot of transformation because of every piece of art. So, and then if I'll have my art studio, I can have a lot of time to write. I can publish a book, I can publish another book, I can translate this book to different languages, and then I can travel again presenting my book, for example. So there is a lot of more to do and to transformate if you take this time to yourself in one place to dedicate you to create the things. Well, this is what the decision. No, it wasn't the decision at this point. It was just like an idea, just like the understanding of the way. And then it took me like 1 or 2 months more to have this intention. So first time after the like 8 years, I started to be I started to concentrate myself on like thinking about the perfect place. There is like a lot of little demons in the human mind what saying like, I want this, it should be like this, it should be like this. And you know, at some point I don't know about you, but I understood that there is no perfect place. The perfect place is just where I am. And the perfect time is just right now. And that happened to me when I just like came out from Argentina and I entered the next country on my way, Chile. And I entered this country with this feeling like it can be just any place, you know. And then I start to move me in the Chile from the south, going up by Carretera Austral, and I just felt in love. I felt in love with the nature, you know. The trees are there, like 3,000 years, one tree. How can that be possible? I mean, I can give a hug to some alive being what have 3,000 years. I can't even imagine this number of years. Well, I can imagine like 30 years, yeah, más o menos. And then like, okay, 60 years, well, I can imagine it. Even 200 years, yes. I mean, there is like my grandmother, grandmother. Just like, well, I can't even imagine. No, actually, no, I can't even imagine 2,000 years. I mean, I can read about it in a book, but can I actually feel it, you know, to have an imagine of this time? Well, and then one alive being what has like 3,000 years. It's just amazing. And then there is the glaciers. Wow. Have you ever thought about it? They're just alive, like every day. They're just melting and then growing. They have their own processes of life. And then there's the volcanoes. Whoa. So I felt so deeply, you know, connected to the nature. And then I came to the first city on the way and I felt that it's just perfect. Well, then started some like bad trip, how we call it, because you know, when some deep part of yourself saying, oh, that's it, this is what we actually want, this is what we were thinking about, like talking about all my, you know, processes on my head. And then there's the habit, the habit of moving, you know. It's like a train what just like 8 years was like getting faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, and then one day the machinist or this man who like making this train go saying stop, I mean stop right now. And the train like, I don't know, how can I stop this kind of, you know, heavy thing with this kind of speed right now. So of course, first time of my, you know, decision being on one place and like building an art studio, it was so crazy. It was so crazy. And but then, you know, I just started to buying art materials, of course. So, and this is where the magic starts. I mean, the creativity is just so powerful therapy for any kind of situation in the life. And now I feel really, really, really happy and really endless and really powerful. I'll not be scared of this word because it really is. How powerful is that feeling to be on the place where you really not want to be, but what you really connected with talking about the place. And having materials to do the stuff what you like to do, and to have possibility of share all of it with all the world. I mean, that's crazy. And the most craziest part is that when I came to Chile, I didn't speak any Spanish. I mean, yes, I did speak Portuguese, I did speak English, but that doesn't work. So I needed to understand the new language. And first time, first year, or first 2 years, uh, that's difficult because you don't have any friends, present friends, of course. One who traveled 8 years around the world have a lot of friends, but they're somewhere, Where are you? Ah, Japan? Yeah. And you? Oh, Canada? Okay. And you? Oh, you just like find a boyfriend in Africa? Why? But that's good. But there's no friends in Chile because, you need to speak the language to have the friends. And it was crazy. But now I do speak Spanish. I do have my art studio. And I really feeling this inspiration to, to grow as an international artist, because I feel a lot of power in every work what I do. I feel deep connection with the animals, with the plants, with the volcanoes, and it's really unique. It is so unique. I mean, a lot of people don't even know about Chile. What do you know about Chile? I mean, when I talk to my Californian friends that are just like living in Chile, well, a lot of them starting to be worried, starting worrying about like how do I survive in the wild nature? People just imagine some kind of caves, wild forest, wild animals. But hey, come to visit me. We have everything here. Here is civilization, libraries, supermercado, banks, food, I eat in my sandwich. I don't need to go and kill some animal. Well, I'm vegetarian, but I have, I just bought tahini from Turkey. That's good. I have coffee, so we're doing good. Just like make me laugh a lot. And we have beautiful national parks. We have the highways, you even have to pay fee to cross it. Here's everything. And I love this feeling. That's really different from the feeling when you keep going. I mean, it is beautiful. It is really beautiful to have this ability to move me to any country what I want, sell my art there, learn their language, have a friends, have my habits. Like when I lived in Rio de Janeiro, I was going out at 5 a.m. and I was running like with thousands of people who run there every morning. So I really felt like part of this world. So when I was like living in Botswana, for example, I went out with my friends in the morning and like checking the river if there is like still some crocodiles and hippopotamus. So I mean, any country of the world, I felt like part of this country. That is pretty good. That is like this is insane. This is so cool. But the very important thing, what a lot of travelers don't talk about, is that when you come to some country, you make friends. This is also crazy. Like I'm an artist. As an artist, I come to any country of the world, and 2 weeks. Give me just 2 weeks, and I will hang out with another artist. Crazy, no? And I don't talk about artists who haven't party all the day because I don't drink alcohol. I mean, to party is not interesting to me. So I'll never ending up in some party situation. What I'll find to myself, it will be some, artist friends who have some deep conversations, who going out to see sunrise, who don't care, go out on the mountain at 4 a.m. in the dark. So that's so cool. That's so cool to see, to understand who you really are, to moving you around the world. You come to a new country and little while and you find in some kind of people, and then you go to another country just like a little while and you find kind of the same group of people, but in another culture. And then like 10, 20 countries later, you try to analyze what kind of people do you attract. And then you ask yourself, why this kind of people, And then you start to understand something about you, about yourself. This is really deep, like transformation, really deep therapy, to see like reflection of yourself in any kind of, society, what you find in another country. So, but the idea, what I wanted to say is that this is all of this is so beautiful, but the thing what you'll never hear from the travelers, it's the dark side of this situation. The thing is that as an artist, I really connect to people. I really like not getting addicted to this company, but I connected from my heart, I just like, I love people, what I find in with all my heart. And then I really enjoy spending time with alive beings, with the people, to see their problems, to help with something, to share some, some things. But then the time of my visa is getting, kind of finishing. And I need to say, well, people, you're so beautiful. I love you a lot. And now I go out. Bye. Maybe we'll never see each other again. Probably, because, there's a lot of countries in the world, like about 200. And the life is that short that I want to see another country in the place of going back and see you again. And this is so destructive. This is really destructive. And it's really painful. It's an experience because you need to say goodbye to a lot of beautiful people. And then, well, maybe it can be like, maybe people can see the travelers like they don't care. But actually, maybe people don't care, but if I talk about my experience, I really miss people. I really want to go back and visit my friends in California and Arizona. I want to go back to Zimbabwe to see how going out my friends there. I want to go to Namibia to see how the friend. You see, I don't even remember his name. How crazy is that? So this is why I think there is a lot of things to think about. And when I decided to have my art studio and, decided to find the best place in the world, I mean, of course, I'll tell you that Chile is the best place in the world. I'll tell you that my town is the best town that I've ever seen. But not because your town is not that good. Just because I feel so good here, because my feeling in this place is just perfect. Because I find out that I don't need to move myself around the world all the year to be an artist. I can be artist and I can share a lot with the world by having my art studio. It's just like basic thing. It's just like having a piece of ground to plant yourself and to like be connected with this world. And then of course I will go and visit my friends there. I will go and remember the name of my friends there. How crazy. So, but why will I do it? Because now having an art studio, I have a lot of more possibilities, to grow financially, to have more clear my ideas, to have more time, organize myself, and then I can go to any place of the world, and I can actually organize my tasks and send my artworks to any country. This is what I am in right now. I build in an international website. So I mean, I had like 5 websites before this one, but now I really like working a lot to have possibility to sell something to any person in the world. I mean, it sounds so simply and like the privilege, but actually it's a lot of work. And if you keep moving around the world, you don't have a time and you don't have free time to organize this kind of stuff. So the fundamental thing what I found out, that there's really kind of important to have the place, what you can call my house, my home, my art studio, and not because it's yours, just because you feel so, connected with this place, and you can relax yourself and just start some new chapter of your life. Just start to to grow big, start to expand. It's not possible to expand yourself that much if you keep moving, because you need to think about where will you stay. So this is the reflections of the morning, and I really appreciate you if you came to this point, if you watched until this point. But it was so cool. It feels even more cool if no one watching it, because I can talk about whatever. But if you're here, just thank you.